give an opinion and guidance.
Take a motion to adjourn executive session and open the public hearing. Do I have a motion?
Public meeting.
Public meeting, sorry, public meeting. Trustee Nell, second. Trustee Sullivan, all in favor? Okay, the public meeting, welcome to Village Hall. This is the Dobbs Ferry Board of Trustees regular meeting for March 12th, 2019, and we will begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for a prayer by Trustee Nell. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor of St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to do a little Irish prayer. May your neighbors respect you, trouble neglect you, angels protect you, and heaven accept you.
Right. Do a little jig. As you can see, Mayor McLaughlin is not here tonight, so we say hi to him, and we will move on. There are no presentations tonight, so we'll begin with courtesy of the floor. Does anyone want to address the board? If you do, please come up, state your name, your address, and please limit your remarks to three minutes.
My name is Adam Spielberger at 10 Manor Place in Dobbs Ferry. I think Mayor Bob probably didn't show up because he knew I was coming.
Should we leave? Is there a problem?
Just a lot of issues we have currently on with short-term rentals.
Yeah.
Airbnb, one of our neighbors is a house flipper and real estate investor, and he's basically for the past year and a half run a commercial enterprise out of his house. Mr. Lindsay, who lives in the neighborhood as well. Basically, from a health perspective, we've had garbage out every day for the past year. Parking, this past weekend, there were about 9 cars on our street, 4 in front of our house that just sat there all weekend, 3 next to Lindsay's house, and just people coming in and out. There was a noise violation, so the police were called on Friday night, I believe. And this is something I complained to Bob over a year ago about it, and I think the guy was given a summons, but it's just continued every weekend during the week. There's just people there all hours of the day. They use our driveways as U-turns, and my kids are playing basketball, and I have people driving into my driveway. And it's at the point where it's just really kind of affected the quality of life. Our street can barely be plowed because there's cars parked on both sides of the street. And sometimes one of our neighbors has to call the owner to have his renters move their cars so the plow can come through. So it's just become, untenable.
Yeah, no, thank you for bringing it to our attention. I know we've been talking about it. Charlene, I know a number of fines have been given out, have they not?
Yes, Steve Trezza is very, very much aware of the situation, and in fact, I think he has been in contact with the neighbors, and in fact, we had a little discussion before, and I said,
Yeah.
like, anytime, just call them. They're aware of the situation, we'll do the violation.
Yeah.
Also, there's been a lot of discussion as to an Airbnb legislation.
Right, yeah, we've
And,
discussed it with our attorney.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
I'd be curious what the status of that is, how long something like that takes in terms of short-term rentals, because I know in Irvington, they just adopted
Yeah.
which I've read, and it's very comprehensive, and I think would help alleviate some of the issues that we have.
Yeah. Lori?
Sure. I was assigned the task this week, and I did a significant amount of research in the last few days. So I'm hoping to bring a proposal back with some options for the board to consider in the very near future. Yeah, especially with the warmer weather coming up, with the windows will then be open, so
Yes,
it might exacerbate.
Guys playing guitar at 2 in the morning, outside on the patio.
Do they take requests?
If one of those requests is to stop and maybe.
I was going to suggest maybe the sound of silence.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
The other thing, I know you guys are looking into it, is just, from an investor perspective, it's very lucrative for people to do this. And, it's just the kind of thing where there's no real, rules on what people can do. I mean, this guy has run it as, it's basically an absentee landlord.
question for Lori Lee and Charlene. Are we comfortable that we're using all of the code, if you will, that we now have from an enforcement standpoint, including perhaps, getting this guy to court if we can under current occupancy statutes or anything that's already on the books, so it's not just a matter of waiting. I don't know, Lori Lee, whether you've had time to go far enough into it to see what all our alternatives are under existing law.
I haven't considered that.
I
would like to talk to the code enforcement folks as part of the research.
Good.
Actually,
When I complained to Bob last year, he did mention that they're violating occupancy rules, because I don't know what the number is of how many non-family members you can have in a residence. Five, yeah, so, I mean, I think there were 14 this weekend.
I'll defer to the attorney, but occupancy is not something, whether in fact it 5 or more, very hard to prove because you can't get into the house.
Well, the police were called, so they took IDs from everyone because they came on Friday night, so they did.
And we'll coordinate with the building department for that, but you need something a little more robust.
Sure.
Because obviously these people don't live in town, so, you give violations, you try to get the landlord, but if you're giving violations to these 5 people and the landlord said, well, I only rented it to 1, you have that issue. I think we can have something more robust, but in the meantime, we will use the violations that we've been using as to the garbage, et cetera. And please do not hesitate to call. We can also use, if they're blocking the street in any manner for a fire truck or whatever, please call. Everybody will be alerted to it.
Okay, at this point though, if they park on, I don't know if there's any parking, what the parking regulations are.
Do you have overnight parking on the streets?
Well, I think what Charlene is referring to is that I don't believe people are supposed to park in a manner to block access to emergency vehicles. So the situation you described where a plow couldn't get through might also have been one without snow, where if the fire truck might not have been able to make it up your street, that would be in and of itself a violation.
Or if they're blocking your driveway, that's also a violation.
Yeah, well,
But thank you for bringing it to our attention. We are working on it.
great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? That it? Oh, Patty?
Well, first, just to respond to Christie, my favorite is, may those who love us always love us. And may those who don't love us yet learn to love us. And for those who can't learn to love us, may the Lord twist our ankles so we'll know them by their women. Just wanted to let you guys know, I don't know if you've gotten anything yet from the planning board, but on Thursday, we had a certain level of success, at least to the point of them wanting to get some input from the Board of Trustees on 100 Main. So we're just asking that you be aware of that, and hopefully we can get that on soon on the agenda, because they would like to get questions to 2 specific items. And if we can get those questions answered, we can probably go back to them at the April meeting.
Did the planning board send us anything yet? They were supposed to, right?
I don't control that.
Right.
They did not send us anything.
That we know of.
So when we get it,
When you were at the meeting,
Yeah.
I think I represented it accurately.
you did. I mean,
Thank you.
Thanks, Patty.
Thanks, Patty.
Anyone else? Okay, matters requiring action. Actually, we have 2 similar actions coming regarding service award points for the volunteer ambulance corps and the volunteer fire department. Charlene, do you want to explain this?
I think I'm gonna turn it over to Jeff.
Okay, Jeff?
The village provides a length of service award program for the ambulance corps and the firefighters. This is an annual certification that we do so that they can, get their points that they've earned this past past year.
And can you explain what the points are for? What happens to the points?
Honestly, I don't know what happens. I'll have to get back to you on that.
I think they're for service, for
Service.
certification in different classes, and you get, whether they're, you know what, we have a fireman over here.
Oh, God, not to put you
He's
on
the
the spot.
Hartford
Not to
Fire
put-
Chief. He can explain it in depth.
Can you?
Could you
Yeah,
come to the
Come to the
microphone?
microphone. yeah.
Sorry about that, sir.
That's what you get for
But thank you for your service as a fireman.
Try and help you out the best I can. The service award program goes by a percentage of the points. They have that, well, it's actual points. So you have to make an actual amount of points per year to qualify for the service award.
And what's the
And
service?
And once you make those, then you are accredited that year's worth of service.
For your pension.
And I don't know if Dobbs Ferry's is the same as ours. I'm a member of the RZ Fire Department. I believe it's $20 a year for every accredited year of service.
And how do you earn your point?
How do you earn the points? You earn the points by attending alarms, meetings, drills, functions, and things like that.
Thank you.
They're all point worthy to a certain degree.
Thank you. So you earn 1 point here.
So for like an alarm, you would earn 1 point and so forth, and then once you reach the points that you're required for the year, then you're satisfied.
Do you get a
Thank you.
point for telling us about this?
I can get as many points as I want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so, let's consider a motion to certify and approve the 2018-2019 Dobbs Ferry Volunteer Ambulance Corps Service Award points listing as submitted by the Dobbs Ferry Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Do I have a motion? Okay, trustee Rosillo, second, trustee Sullivan, discussion? All in favor? Okay, so that's passed. The similar motion is for a motion to certify and approve the 2018-2019 Dobbs Ferry Volunteer Firefighters Service Award points listing as submitted by the Dobbs Ferry Volunteer Fire Department. Do I have a motion? Okay, trustee Taylor, second. Trustee Sullivan, discussion? All in favor? All right, and that passes unanimously. All right, next motion here is to consider a motion to approve audits 1 and 2 for March 2019 as recommended by the village treasurer. Gentlemen, do you have anything to say? No.
I don't have anything other than to, I make a motion to approve.
Okay, second. Trustee Rizzo, discussion? All in favor? Okay, that passes. Moving right along, okay. We now have, I need a motion to approve the request from Mary McNamara to place signs at the corner of Cedar Street and Broadway and on Ashford Avenue from March 25th to March 31st for the Dobbs Ferry PTSA used book sale. Do I have a motion? Trustee Sullivan, second. Trustee DeRousi.
Actually, that's trustee Mel.
You're right, it is.
Same difference.
Same thing. And discussion? All in favor? Okay, that's carried. Now we have, consider a motion to request from the National Alliance of Mental Health to place ribbons on the trees on Main Street for the month of May in recognition of Mental Health Awareness Month. We've done this a couple of years in a row. It's an excellent organization that does terrific work. Do I have a motion? Trustee Nell, okay. Second. Trustee Taylor, discussion? All in favor? Okay, that passes. All righty. We have a, was that it? Okay, minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes, one for February 19th and one for February 26th. Now, we don't have Bob, so I don't know if we have a quorum for the night.
You probably, I was not there, so I cannot.
I was there, you were there.
I was not there. And Maura wasn't
The
there.
19 exact people who were there.
You actually don't.
You and I were.
We don't
over
have
there.
the-
We don't
We
actually
don't-
have to approve the minutes, correct?
You, there's no requirement to approve the minutes, so there's, Ergo, there's no requirement for you to have been present when the minutes were taken. So you can approve minutes even if you were absent from the meeting.
Very excellent, okay.
I didn't know that at all.
That's
You
why I'm
learn
here.
something new every, no matter
That's
how
why
long you're on
I
this
know.
board, you're always learning something new. Okay, so do I have a motion to adopt the minutes or approve them for February 19th?
I don't know what was said, so I don't feel like I could approve the minutes.
So you can recuse yourself.
I'll recuse myself.
Okay.
Or you, during the vote taken, you can actually, you can actually not vote up or down. It's up to you. You can choose.
So what do we do?
Because the statute doesn't require us to approve minutes, minutes are just taken and must be made available to the public under
So we can
under
just
the
skip
law.
this moving forward,
You-
or just say if there's any changes.
Yeah, well, the reason why you review them in public is to make any changes if there are mistakes. But since these are basically taken directly from a recording device, it's virtually impossible, Liz, right? For there to be mistakes in there, so.
Always typos.
Okay. Well, typos can be certainly.
Ministerial.
Typos are ministerial, and they can be done by anybody, even if you weren't in attendance. So again, since it's not required that they be approved, you can take the vote and approve them.
What happens if if people want to not vote for them? There's only 3 of us want to vote for it, and we don't have enough. You vote for it? Yeah. Okay, good, let's do it.
Okay, so do I need a motion or not?
Yeah, take them.
Okay, I need a motion to do whatever it is we're doing with this. Trustee Marcelo, second trustee Sullivan. Discussion, all in favor? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 ayes, those 2 are abstaining.
2 abstain.
Yeah.
It's recused. Okay, so that's passed.
You abstain.
Abstained, they're abstained. Okay, 2 abstained, 4 approved, 2 abstained. All right, February 26th, I think we can all vote on that one. A motion to approve the minutes for trustee Taylor, second trustee Nell. Discussion? Okay, all in favor? All right, approved, done. All right, now we have, okay, reports and announcements. Trustee Nell, do you have anything?
I want to go last.
You want to go last, okay. Trustee DeRossi. Do you have anything to report? No? Nicole?
I do, yes.
Okay.
So the rec department has created an amazing teen camp. Again, it's 5 weeks. You have to sign up for, I think, all 5 weeks this time, but registration opened this week, and last year it did sell out. So I would encourage people who are interested to sign up. The regular camp sign up, I think, is going to be in early April. And then there's a lot of events going on at the library, so I'm not going to list all of them. People can go on to the library and click on events. But they do have some free income tax preparation on March 18th and March 25th, which are Sundays from 12:30 to 4:30. They have a movie on the John Claude Van Damme movie on March 23rd in the afternoon, and an American Creed community conversation on March 24th from 2 to 4, where they'll screen the PBS documentary American Creed and then have a conversation on what makes us Americans, moderated by Jamie Floyd, WNYC local host of All Things Considered.
Okay. Trustee Rizzo.
I just want to report that last Friday, you and I attended the Southern Westchester Action Committee meeting at the Teamsters Building in Elmsford, where we were part of a group of people, leaders and officials who were interested in proper kind of development involving unions and collective bargaining agreements and
Affordable
housing, and it was how to maybe we can influence the type of development that's done in communities. So it was very interesting, and I think we learned a lot, and there'll be more to that.
Thank you. Trustee Taylor.
Sure, a couple things quickly. One, to sort of, as a prelude to what's coming, because there'll be more publishing and information about it, but the Sustainability Task Force, which I'm the liaison to, met and considered, among other things, a program where village residents will be able to compost food waste. This is a program that you'll hear more about as it's rolled out, but it'll be a great way to increase the village's sustainability. and to make good use of something which otherwise ends up in the waste stream. Secondly, I'll inject some excitement in this if I can. Over the next several meetings, the village is going to be discussing our budget for the upcoming fiscal year. And I would strongly encourage those of you who are interested in how that works, where the tax money comes from, how it gets spent, to please join us to be able to hear and understand how this process works. And that'll happen between now and mid-April is when the discussions will take place.
Thank you. Trustee,
All right.
are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, go
I
for
just
it.
wanted a quick update on the Downtown Improvement Task Force. They did this last survey that everybody probably got a million emails about, but I just wanted to report they got about 950
Wow.
responses to it, which is like actually insane for a survey. It's like actually 10%, which is a legit survey. It was done by this woman named Mary who has done lots of data research in the past in all of her in her career, and she wrote this amazing survey. It's very thorough, and we're going to be able to use it for a lot of different things in the future, I think. And they're pulling together all of that information to work with Charlene to figure out what is possible to make recommendations to the board in April now. We're going to
Excellent.
push it a little bit further and work more thoroughly with her so that everything they present is more vetted and possible. So there's that. And then we always need more volunteers. As always, we need beautification volunteers desperately, right? And CAB
In traffic too now.
and traffic. So we'll try and figure out a way to push and make that more public, that we have that via all of our platforms.
And I just want to remind people again, the seniors are having their St. Patrick's Day party this Thursday, the 14th, so come and have fun. Anything else? All right, I will take a motion to close the public meeting, but we're also going to take a motion to adjourn to executive session. Do I have a motion? What?
You're
Nope.
just going to take a motion to
Oh,
adjourn
we don't
into
wanna close it.
executive session. You can't close the public meeting until after the executive session is complete.
Thank you. Okay, so that's what we're doing.
But we'll probably be taking that motion off camera, so
Yeah.
folks can turn off their television.
Yeah, you can turn it off after this. Okay, do I have a motion? Trustee Rossi, second. Trustee Rosillo. Meeting is adjourned.